I'm Chronix from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your Smackdown review for June 21st, 2013. And I heard that this Smackdown wasn't a very good Smackdown, but I watched it myself and I have to disagree because I quite enjoyed it as I watched it early this morning. Alright, so we got Daniel Bryan. He's coming down to the ring and I'm like, already. He gets on the microphone and is talking about how, he's not the weak link and, people think he's not tough enough and whatnot. He's gonna rage against the machine and he doesn't even care what the WWE doctors think. He had that match and it was stopped on Raw and everything, but he could have kept going because they asked him if he could continue and he said yes, but they didn't allow him to. And with the mentioning of the doctors and everything, I'm just like, holy crap, they keep bringing this up, like, almost seemingly every single segment in the show, you know what I'm saying? And I thought to myself, there must have been a memo that was pushed through WWE that read something like this. Every single time you mention the words WWE doctors, WWE app, or respect, you're gonna get a $50 gift card. Because I swear, those words were mentioned so many times. Not just on this episode, but also on Raw. Orton comes down to the ring and he says, Kristol is text messaging me, I am very sorry. Orton says, you got it all wrong. He says, I respect you. Now Daniel Bryan over there, he was like, you like patted me on the shoulder like I was like a small child or whatever. You was trying to give me all this empathy and whatnot. And Orton was like, no, I was not doing that. So, later tonight, they are gonna have a match because of everything that happened on Raw. Now, Sheamus and Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I love Cody Rhodes. I mean, come on, how could you not love this man? He's gonna have a match. Damien Sandow is out at ringside, and, he's at the side of Cody Rhodes. Rhodes Scholars and all that whatnot. This is a one-on-one match, but Damien Sandow's just there to get a front row view. After Cody Rhodes, he tapped out to a cloverleaf. I mean, come on, what else would it have been? Damien Sandow attacks very viciously and whatnot, but I guess Sheamus still came away with the victory. Now, we have a Curtis Axel match. Probably for the first time in Curtis Axel's little career here, he actually gets what seems like a legitimate match. It's not a third-time match with Sin Cara, a man that no one cares about. No, the Intercontinental Champion, Curtis Axel, is going against the former Intercontinental Champion in Wade Barrett. And they even, set it up like it was this big match, which I was getting all excited about, because it's like they paused and they zoomed out and they were like,
the following match is for the Intercontinental Championship.
And they were making it seem like a big deal and everything. So I was excited about that, because giving it some legitimacy, not just throwing a match out there and then having it end in a freaking count out. But as Curtis Axel comes out, they instantly air a Money in the Bank commercial, and I was like, foreshadowing anyone? The only thing about this match I really didn't like was that The Miz was on commentary. Him pretending to be a likable, lovable dude just doesn't seem to work. But the match I liked, and Curtis Axel comes away with a pretty clean victory, I think, and I like that. And The Miz, he just kind of stands and... yeah, he really added nothing to the match. I guess he just wanted to be like, hey guys, remember, I'm sort of in the title picture for the Intercontinental Championship, but whatever. Now we have AJ, the Divas Champion. Oh man. And she's gonna be taking on Natty Neidhart. And I'm like, oh man, this is freaking awesome. I am so excited because I love both of those divas, and Natty Neidhart is back in the ring. Yes, so freaking excited. Now notice this about AJ's entrance. When she comes out with that Divas Championship, she's literally holding the belt on her. She's holding it up, because if she let her hands go, the belt would slip right off of her because she is that skinny. She's so skinny that even a Divas title won't properly fit on her. It was just kind of hilarious. But anyways, in this match, it was a pretty exciting match, I thought. I love all of AJ's matches. She's very dynamic. She's believable. When she gets thrown around the ring, she looks like she's getting killed. When she puts in submission, she looks like she's going to be stretched in half. She bends and contorts in ways that you wouldn't think were possible, but she does it. And she's got so much spunk, so much charisma. I just love AJ a lot. And she comes away with the victory with her submission, the Black Widow, and Natty Neidhart taps. But she does not tap on the booty of AJ. No, unfortunately, she just taps out on her arm or whatever. So, no booty smack tonight, but still, I was satisfied with everything that happened, and AJ wins. Caitlyn was watching in the back, and she was all upset and whatnot because, she kind of got punked out and everything. But we see backstage, we see Caitlyn, and she's still upset, and Oksana, which I thought disappeared and was gone forever, but she appears backstage and confronts Caitlyn and calls her trash. Caitlyn goes completely bonkers and beats the crap out of Oksana, which I thought was gone, but she's here, whatever. And Layla helps out. She tries to stop the thing. And this was the thing about the segment that just blew my mind. Every time Layla talks, I'm like, whoa, I forgot that she had the accent. Every single time. She's been here for a while, hasn't wrestled a whole lot lately, but every time she speaks, I forget about her accent, right? And when she was yelling and pleading for Caitlyn to stop beating up Oksana, I was like, whoa, that voice, not attractive, man. I mean, not that it was supposed to be or anything, but I was just thinking, I would not want Layla yelling at me because it was pretty intimidating and quite scary in some ways. That voice was her pleading or screaming voice or whatever it was quite demonic. Now we have Chris Jericho taking on Del Rio. Now, Del Rio, and Chris Jericho, they have a fine match or whatever, but Y2J attacks Ricardo Rodriguez because he tries to get in there because Del Rio's a super bad guy once again, and Dolph Ziggler comes down and attacks, and he's just beating up Del Rio. There was already a disqualification or whatever, so Del Rio technically wins, and then, surprisingly, Chris Jericho attacks Dolph Ziggler, and I'm just like, well, I guess Chris Jericho just got mad that he ran in and got in his way or whatever, but it is what it is. Del Rio picks up Dolph Ziggler, and Ricardo Rodriguez is holding his arms back, and then Del Rio, he super kicks old Dolph Ziggler right in his head, surely to give him another concussion. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check out with the WWE doctors. Not very much respect given to this man. I'll have to check the WWE app later and see what the result of that was. But anyways, can you believe this? What I'm about to tell you. This man was wrestling on Smackdown in 2013 in the month of June. Can you believe it? His name is Drew McIntyre. And no, it was not a tag match. It was a one-on-one match. Can you believe it? It was true. Drew McIntyre versus Christian. But Christian wins, and that was cool and all good with me. Before this match, or perhaps after, I don't even remember. I think it was after. He says, I came back for one reason, guys. I wanted one more match. And I was like, I thought you already had one more match on Raw, but maybe he meant he was going for a title. I'm not really sure. It didn't really explain. But anyways, the Shield comes down because obviously there was some sort of injustice. I didn't see any injustice anywhere, but anyways, they come down and yeah. So what's up with that? I don't really get it. They felt there was an injustice. I didn't see anything. But anyways, we got Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan because of everything that happened at the beginning. Now this was an exciting match. I loved it. Daniel Bryan, he can really bring the charisma. I never would have thought that after watching the 3.5 hour snore fest of the Wrestling Road Diaries. I know a lot of people love that DVD. I have that DVD, and it took me a week and a half to watch it. I just couldn't see the charisma coming off of Daniel Bryan in that video, because he's like, yeah, so I'm like a vegan, and let's go eat at the Waffle House, okay? Ha 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 ha. I just didn't get it. But in the ring, dude's got it, you know what I'm saying? In this match, it ended in a countout. But don't fret, my friends, because it wasn't a boring countout like the Curtis Axel match with Triple H. It was an exciting countout because you didn't know if the men could continue. They had beaten each other so much. They had such an exhilarating match, and then at the end, it was Orton. It was Orton who couldn't get back in the ring, because last time it was Daniel Bryan who could not continue and could not finish the match. But this time, it was Orton. Orton! He just couldn't make it back to the ring, and Daniel Bryan won. But you know what? Daniel Bryan was not happy about this. Daniel Bryan was angry. Daniel Bryan was going crazy because he wanted to win legitimately, I guess, and he couldn't because it was a countout. So Daniel Bryan, once again, very upset as SmackDown goes off the air. So for me, I thought it was a pretty enjoyable SmackDown. I didn't really have any problem with it whatsoever, but that was SmackDown, my friends. I liked it. I will see you guys very soon.